Hey everybody, welcome to Margaret Being Margaret. I just got home from Hannaford's. Also picked up my calendars. Remember, I have family coming tomorrow for Charisse, which nobody knew what that was. I forget. And peppers, so I'm going to bring you with me while I get it ready. And you'll never forget. Isn't that exciting? Okay. You know, before we do anything, I walked in the house. We've got to have a cup of tea. You know that's how my world works. Okay. Tea in the microwave. 2 minutes should do it. Now, how do we want to do this so that you can be part of all the glory? All right, crock pot. That's what we need. Okay, the weather is glorious. For taping, I've got to close the blinds so you can't even see. And it gets dark and then I'll get seasonal depression while we're doing this, but that's okay, it's for you. You know, it's not easy being me. Okay, there you go, there you go. I got all the rolls. So, we've got sugar. I'm going to, I can't hide them, it's not fair. I'm going to make a couple of things of brownies. So I got those rolls for the guys, which can be cut for the rest of us. And just one of these, the finger rolls for us. Two of those other big rolls for the guys. Hopefully it's enough, but you know what? We can always go to bread. I'm so tired of buying too much. And then, if you can't freeze rolls and have them come out that well, not to my knowledge. I had to get some more milk for coffee and tea. Come here. This is for the brownies, which I suppose I should start the oven, get those made too. 350, isn't that funny? 350 for shiny metal or glass pans, 325 for non-stick. Wonder what you use for non-stick that you've scrubbed the non-stick off of. I think I'm going to go 350. I meant to buy some throwaway things to cook it in, and I don't think I have any. Let's see. You know, I've lost all control of myself. I could only find... Whew, stood up too fast. Okay, hang on. Wow. I could only find this. So I think I'm going to have to just make 2 batches. But all right, this didn't heat. What's that all about? Tell me that that's broken and I'll cry. All right, got to cut up the peppers. Denise, I'm going to use the plate to cut up my peppers. I don't use a cutting board, which someone pointed out, because I don't want to have to clean it after and be sure that I did it right, and it's just too much. So I just do it on the plate and it works fine with me. And she did mention that she thought it would dull my knives. I didn't think about that. Whoops. But I also, I'm not that worried about it. You know, I almost buy already chopped if they weren't so expensive. This mindless stuff to me is not good. I don't do it well. And I know all of you probably have better ways that would involve Margaret paying attention. It's funny, I remember reading about how to do this and promising myself that I'd remember. Well, so much for that idea. All right, please be warm this time. Don't tell me this is not working. Nope, I must have done something wrong. Surprise, surprise. Because it's too warm now. So I'm just going to cut these up. They don't have to be tiny. I tend to cut them up into smaller chunks just because there are some family members that want to eat them, but they don't want to see them. What you do for people you love. So if you can't tell, I feel so much better. I haven't been doing all that much. I probably have lost every bit of fitness I had gained over the early fall, but I'll get it back. I do still want to get out. I noticed that the stairs going up to the apartment could use, around the doorway, could use a coat of paint. It's looking more and more likely that I will put the house up for sale before too long. So if that's the case, I want it all done. And if it's not the case, I should want it all done, right? It gives me another reason to clean out the house that doesn't need to be cleaned out. I just was coming out of Hannaford's, and there was somebody employed there giving out random $5 gift cards. That was neat. I got one. And one of my staffers from the old salon stopped by and gave me a gift card to Hannaford's for my retirement. So nice, so unnecessary, bothers the heck out of me, and I try to be gracious. That was really nice. And then I went to the bank. I had to do a couple of things, and I'm doing a new bank because the bank I have is in Somerset where the salon was, and I'm not going to be heading out that way anymore, so I want one in the other direction. Took a long time, open accounts, and oh dear gosh, it's so hard. But, 2.5 hours later, I'm done. And I do know the gentleman that manages that bank from the salon in a professional capacity. And as I was getting ready to leave, he mentioned that I could get a Visa card. Well, I don't want a Visa card. I already have a credit card. I don't like credit cards. But sometimes you just got to listen to people, because if I took the Visa card and spend $500 over 3 months, which would be just groceries, and they give you a cash back of $150. So I did that. I'll use it to get that cash back, and then probably just, stow it. But I'm making decent decisions here. I'm scaring myself. It's so funny. This is going, in November for Thanksgiving, will be 1 year that I've been doing the YouTube channel. I promised myself that 1 year to see if it was worth it. I'm enjoying myself. So I think it might be worth it just for that. And I'm enjoying you guys. You can tell it's heading for winter. Went out yesterday and my light threw on in the car to add air to the tires. So I had to track down a place to do that. And I don't know what gasoline is where you are. You'll have to tell me. But here, it has been hovering around $3.30 a gallon, up to $3.50. And all of a sudden, this week it went down. I don't know why. I didn't pay attention to the news to find out. I'm just going to be grateful for it. But I filled up yesterday, and it was really on empty. I had the warning light, and I had been putting it off. And it was $3.05, cash or check, which normally doesn't happen. So I filled up the tank to overflowing. Hopefully we'll get another couple weeks out of that. And add up my tires. I look so efficient out there with my little gauge that I keep in my glove compartment. Also went down cellar and shut off the outside water and drained the hose. And while I was down there, I saw a blinking red light again, and it's the upstairs boiler. going off. And I don't know if you remember, I had this problem all last winter. And the poor boiler guys, they're specialists, and they came out and fought with it and fought with it. And it rumbles really badly, and then shakes the whole house, and then turns off. And does it repeatedly. We thought we had it, and no, the light was on, that it was in trouble and not starting. And I reset it, and the rumble came back 5 or 6 times, and it went off. So I called the gentleman again, and one of the other partners came over. I think the first one was so tired of it, and played with it a little bit, the air ratio, we said, and has a couple more ideas if it didn't work. But I thought, here we go, round 25. But he's down there, and I want to get the light on in the corner because it's in the far corner, and there's, for some reason, that was on a different plug, a different circuit that was when you turn on the light to go down cellar from the inside. Well, I got rid of the inside entrance, and we put the washer-dryer closet in. So I had to go up the old stairs that go to nowhere. I was looking for that switch, thinking if I could just turn it on, then I'll just unscrew the lights when I don't want them. The switch is gone. They must have used it for the new closet for the washer-dryer. So now I have to call electricians and have those all, however many lights, rewired to the other on switch. It's like, can it ever stop? It just doesn't. But on the other hand, I'm ready for winter. Everything's done. I think my tenant's heat is fixed for now, it seems. They mentioned that with the boiler that I have, we may have to put a warmer on the boiler because it doesn't like cold starts. It's whatever it takes. I just don't want to put thousands onto a new one because the boiler's not that old. Peppers are cut up. Then you need a thing of paste, of tomato paste. Just one thing of tomato paste, no water, nothing. And then the chouriço. Now, chouriço is Portuguese, I'm assuming. I forgot to put sugar. I thought I did. No, I didn't. Yuckish. Chouriço can be spelled a couple different ways. Some people spell it with a Z, Chorizo, I think. But around here, Little Portugal, Fall River, Chourico, churrico. And people love my chouriço and peppers. It's so funny, they can't believe that I do nothing. But the one thing I do, it's, okay, chouriço. Put a bunch of those, probably 3 to 1 of ground linguiça. Thick linguiça is a little hotter. And I'm going to fill this to overflowing. I'll probably let it cook down and add more because this freezes so well. And it's one of the things that my son likes, so he doesn't fight me when I want to give him some to take home, and then I feel like a good mommy. Isn't that funny that you feel like you really want to do something for them? The other day I was talking to my daughter-in-law about how hard it is to watch them as adults, because I knew her as a teen too, and to not, first of all, butt in. Second of all, you know, I tell them I love them every time I see them. Every time I leave, it's I love you, goodbye. My son hates to say it, but now it's because he knows I want him to. And, you know, God forbid you do what your mother wants you to. And it's become this joke. So I was over there the other night, and I said to him, you know, I just have to do the, oh my God, I love you on his face, which he will kill me if I do. And I did it, and he put up with it. And I said, I love you so much. And he just looked at me, and I said, we've had this discussion because we've had it at the salon, and he's always laughed about it. I said, you know, what do you say when I say, I love you? And he went, okay. But Nikki said, I love you. So, all right, I've got everything in there I can. I'm going to try to stir it a tiny bit, but until it starts heating up, I'm not going to be able to really stir it. So I'm not going to get terribly worried about it. And hopefully I'll be able to put one more linguiça and one more chorizo in here. All right, so it's on high for like 6 hours, because I'll let it cook until late tonight probably. So I put it on for 9, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator till tomorrow. It's always better the second day. So these will go in the refrigerator for now. All right, brownies. Which one do we do first? Really? Oh, son of a gun. I have to stop getting a headache. Gosh darn it. That's the one thing that hasn't gotten better. My headaches. I think that's the tail end of whatever's been bothering me that still hasn't quite gone away. Some of you asked if I have a humidifier. I don't have the humidifier out yet because it's still in the high 50% in here, and really it should be around 50. So I wait until winter really starts getting us dry. 1/4 cup. Bloop. Okay. 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. I do love how I have everything at my fingertips cooking here. I think when the house is sold and I go to a new place, I won't have the counter space. I'm thinking, is the pan too big for this? Maybe I should make both of them and put it in one. I think I should. Oh, here's Margaret thinking again. What are we going to do? All right. Here's the pan. All right, so that's one side. That will be the side without the nuts. How's that for schmutt? Now, is this the same? 1 egg. Of course, I put them away. You know, I thought I bought brownies that I would have to add some some chocolate chips to, but that one has chocolate chips in it. So, I have a small bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips. What a shame. I'll just have to eat them. I like nuts. It's all about me. One side nuts, one side plain. And so that we can tell which one's which. Oops, a couple more nuts on top. When I was in Hannaford's today, I ran into, for the first time in well over 20 years, one of my older son Dennis's best friends in high school. That's when I realized I'm getting old, because he's starting to look almost his age. They're in their 40s now. Michael's friends are just in their late 30s, and they still are hanging on to a little bit of their high school, college years look. But it's time to acknowledge that time is marching on, And they're getting old. Thank God none of us are, huh? The cleanup is done. The chorizo peppers are on. I'll check them in a couple of hours, see if they've cooked down enough for me to add more. If they haven't, I'll just pray that that's enough. No. Oh, for Pete's sake, stop it. Okay. You know, another good thing about making the chorizo peppers is because I do them always a day before so that they can cook a long time and so that they'll taste so much better. I know, I put cat food out for you. How sweet am I? And so they'll taste so much better is that I'll eat them. You know how if you cook all day, I don't know about you, but me, I'm never interested in eating the meal later. Other thing somebody had said is, how come I'm having my cup of tea but it always seems full? Because I don't gulp it when I'm talking to you, but also I have a bottomless cup all day long. It just gets refilled. I drink my 64 ounces of water every day, 1 or 2 cups of coffee, and probably 5 or 6 cups of tea. And no, it's not herbal. It's black tea with sugar and sometimes, well, usually a little bit of milk. I'm going to go play for the rest of the day. You know, one of the things that I love to do is design houses on a CAD program. And I have a couple of ideas of things I want to tweak on something. So that's what I'm going to do, and that makes me happy. I'll vacuum once more in the morning. Won't really need it. The family will be coming around noontime. Don't forget to change your clock backs, got that? Your clocks back in the USA. And I don't know, most of you angry about that? Around here, people hate it because it gets dark so early. I love it because it lets me go, and I actually get sleep during daylight savings time. I'll head to bed between 8 and 9, fall asleep by 10 or 11, and sleep for the night. I don't mind it getting dark early at all. I like that cozy, I'm in for the night feeling. But for those of you who hate it, I'm sorry. Just don't forget to do it. Take care. I might hang on to this video and show you the chorizo peppers tomorrow when they're cooked up. If not, I'm done. Okay. Welcome back. Catastrophe has struck. It's only been a couple of hours. How does this happen? First thing, I was running the water in the sink and it wouldn't get warm. Went down cellar, could not find anything to press to reset. And this is my boiler, not the one they worked on yesterday. I came up, called the plumber because they had put in the new water tank. They never got back to me. They were going to make an emergency call. Starts at $300 just for them to come out. Well, I waited a couple of hours. They didn't call me or come out. So I called back and he said, oh, there's a note here, the call center, that they aren't going to be able to come out, but they don't think they should anyway because you would need to call your boiler guy. Well, thank you for letting me know. So I called my boiler guy. I'm sure they love hearing from me again. And he said, did you press the reset? I said, Steve, I can't find a reset. I have checked everything. There's a reset. I don't know where it is. You're going to have to come press the bloody button. And I said, I'll go down cellar, talk to me. So I'm down there and I read him. It's right there, Margaret, right there. I said, so I press it. Nothing. I said, it's not doing anything. What do you mean it's not doing anything? I went, honest to God, I know what nothing is. And he only lives a mile away. He said, I'll be there. So he came in and, he's shaking his head at me. Went down cellar. And turns out when his partner was here yesterday doing the other boiler, he must have gone by on the opposite side of the boiler and somehow turned off the emergency switch, which I didn't even know was there because I have one upstairs. So there shouldn't have had to be one down there. But so Steve flipped that apologized. I was happy. So I have hot water. The other thing, while I was down cellar with the boiler guy, Steve, we were playing with some of the breakers to make sure there wasn't a breaker off. So when I came up, of course, everything's flashing. Every digital clock in the house. So I've already done daylight savings. It's already in. I have an extra hour right now. Oh my gosh. So I came back up because now I'm just going to stir my charisse. Look how much it's gone down. There. So this I'm going to let cook for another couple of hours, and it will reduce quite a bit more. I did put another package of linguiça, and I think I'm going to put one more. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. And if it's too spicy, it's too spicy. Because, and this is part 2 of Catastrophe Central, I'll be a party of 1 tomorrow. All the rolls, 2 batches of brownies, more charisse and peppers than I know what to do with. My sister Karen has COVID. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it's just not even possible. And my poor cousin Geisha that flew in yesterday and is going to see everybody over the next 2 days has stayed overnight with Karen and been with her all day today. So we're not going to see her. She's going to sit in Dayton for 2 more days and then hopefully not have COVID and get on a plane to fly home. It's not possible. Just wanted to let you know. You know my no good deed goes unpunished philosophy? Well, living up to it again. But on the bright side, I have hot water. I'll be able to take a shower tomorrow. I don't know if I should have a party. I have nobody to invite. I'm going to go eat brownies and give myself a chocolate migraine. That's what's going to happen. I'll let these cook for a couple more hours. It'll go in the refrigerator overnight. And then tomorrow I'll put them in bags and start freezing, although I have no room in the freezer. I did tell my sister Shirley that I'll have her pick some up because I don't want them here because they were with Karen all day yesterday. So I'll have her swing by and pick some up tomorrow. I'll bring a bunch to my son's house. But I'm not having a party. That's the end of my saga. Everybody have a great weekend. I was just going to say I love you all. I don't think that's appropriate, but I appreciate you all. Take care. I'm done.